You always wanted to become a pilot? How was your first experience?
Always dreamt of doing
Right.
it, and finally when the dream came true,
हमें तो लगता है कि even pilots are not, but what is like cockpit like, looks like?
when you're 30-40,000 feet, you feel sun rays are so strong and harsh on your skin.
So what do you do about your skin then? I mean, your skin definitely needs extra care.
One thing that is really important to me, taking care of your skin, because that's how you're gonna present yourself,
And
your health.
definitely, I mean, you are a big sunscreen fan, I heard.
Every 3 to 4 hours, I reapply my sunscreen.
When pilots are similarly aware and they also go through the regimen.
They are also taking some suggestions through me, like, oh, what sunscreen you're applying.
हम तो यही assume करते हैं you are looking right, ahead.
Yes.
So that you don't. That's what
Yes.
we think. You are like, driving a car.
Oh, you're flying us today. I'm like, yes. So
तो इधर उधर देखते हो?
इधर उधर देखना पड़ता है because there are conditions जब तुम्हें when you're coming to land and you can't see anything.
But sun rays are constantly on your skin.
Sometimes my entire flight is the sunlight, even though I'm flying for 16-17 hours,
So you leave the steering wheel to drink
No,
water.
no. So
Flying high, seeing the world, worshipping the sun, chasing the sunset. It's all sounds so glamorous. But at 30,000 feet, it's not like that. So today we have a very special guest to break it all down. Pilot Lakshmi Joshi from Mumbai. So welcome, Pilot Lakshmi. Tell us more about your flying experience, your life experience, and how do you take care of your skin while flying? You always wanted to become a pilot, or what was
Yes.
behind it?
that was always my childhood dream.
And how hard or difficult it is to become a pilot?
Initially, what I felt was guiding through to the source, like, how to get on about it, how to do it, because I don't have a family who was already into this profession,
Right, right.
I am someone who is the first one in my family to become a pilot. Like, for example, if you have your mom or dad who's already a pilot, so it becomes a little bit easier for you to someone you have a guidance,
Right,
like,
absolutely, yeah.
But for me, it was not the scenario. So I did all my research slowly and steadily because I was also interested to do this. And luckily, my dad also was a very big supporter in this thing.
Right.
My family, my dad, mom.
So you are from Mumbai or?
Yes, I'm from
Okay.
Mumbai, born and raised in Mumbai.
Okay.
And yeah, they supported my dream, and also with my hard work and the effort, it all came true, and here we are.
So how was your first experience when you just flew the plane first time?
First
as
time?
as a pilot, taking the reins in your hand.
Yeah,
How was that
it was
experience?
surreal. Like, it was.
Were you nervous?
I was not nervous. I was just like so happy. I was just so happy to be in that cockpit. Like, this is what I have
Always
dreamt of doing
Right.
it. And finally, when the dream came true, it finally happened. So it was like the proudest moment for me. And after the flight, I made a call to my dad, and we spoke all the way reaching
I landed
home.
safely.
Yes. And he was desperately, eagerly waiting for me at the home, with some flowers and
Wow.
chocolates and cake, like, happy first flight sort of thing. We did
Yeah.
a small celebration.
Right.
So that's a special day I still remember.
Wonderful. Wonderful. So, Lakshmi, pilots actually see the most breathtaking sunsets and sunrises, but they are also constantly, in touch with the sun. So, how difficult is that?
So basically, it's like I feel it's always like a pros and cons for everything. I get to see like the bestest views, in the world while having my breakfast or having lunch or dinner. But the bad part about that is like I'm always exposed to a lot of sun rays. And what you feel on the ground, it's totally different what you feel up in the air. Maybe in the air, when you're 30-40,000 feet, you feel sun rays are so strong and harsh on your skin. So that is something that is main concerns while you're flying high in the sky. We do have certain sun protectors that we cover our windshields, like our screens through it. But as you know, the sun's radiation, it penetrates through everything. So
But जैसे like passengers, we are not directly under sunlight because windows are there.
Correct.
और हमें तो लगता है कि even pilots are not. But what is like cockpit like? Looks like.
So cockpit is basically, it's like a closed environment, but we have a lot of like a glass window, also in the front and also on the sides. So it's more to have a clear view of, while we are flying, to see. Mostly what we do is like an instrument flying for the long haul flights and
Right.
everything. But at a times we are also sometimes looking out for the aircrafts, for the traffics. That's like a good view,
नहीं,
you know.
but हम तो यही assume करते हैं you are looking right, ahead.
Yes.
So that you don't. That's what
Yes.
we think. You are like driving a car.
Well, that is there. It's a combination of both. So
तो इधर उधर देखते हो.
इधर उधर देखते हैं, देखना पड़ता है because there are conditions जब तुम्हें, when you're coming to land and you can't see anything.
नहीं, landing is fine, but
हाँ.
while in the sky.
Yes.
So are you like you're focused, right?
Yeah, we are focused, but we are focused mostly on the instruments because
Okay.
instruments are what we
Rely on.
while flying.
Right, right.
How
Right.
much long, you're going to keep looking outside,
Right. But sun rays are constantly on your skin.
Yes, that is there.
So I think that's quite bad for the skin because for a very long time till the sun sets.
Yes.
Imagine.
Plus you're crossing different time zones, so sometimes my entire flight is the sunlight, even though I'm flying for 16-17 hours, so
Wow. And you keep yourself hydrated?
yeah,
Of course.
that's what it's really important, to hydrate yourself, drink enough water.
So you leave the steering wheel to drink
No,
water?
no. So we have 4 captains, 4 pilots while we operate the ultra long haul flights. Generally, there are 2 pilots in the cockpit. Those are the ones for doing small flights, like domestic flights, like Bombay,
Right.
Delhi, Jaipur, like all the small flights. But when you are operating ultra long haul flights, so we have 4 captains, 4 pilots in the cockpit. For takeoff and landing, we have all the 4 captains, pilots in the cockpit, and once the aircraft reaches its
A
cruising
certain height.
altitude,
Okay, yeah.
certain height,
Yeah.
say it like 28,000-30,000 or whatever height, then we have already decided the rest pattern amongst ourselves. 2 of the two pilots will go and rest because we have like a bunkers, like beds and everything where you can relax, unwind. If you are not able to sleep, maybe watch something. And then we split duties half and half that way. So for 6.5 hours, 2 people will go rest, and then the other 2 will come after 6 hours. So we change duties like that.
Actually, it's quite difficult for us to, digest that such a young, pretty pilot is,
Flying the
400
big plane.
Yeah, flying the big plane and 400 plus lives are at stake, It's like, yeah, but very
Sometimes I get
interesting.
that. Sometimes I get that. Like I'm walking towards the cockpit, and then people are like, "Oh, you're flying us today?" I'm like, "Yes."
So what do you do about your skin then? I mean, your skin definitely needs extra care.
So skincare routine, I generally have been very active with my skincare thing because that's one thing that is really important to me, taking care of your skin, because that's how you're gonna present yourself,
Yes.
Yeah, so I generally make sure that I'm highly moisturized before flight, during the flight, and also after the flight.
Right.
Drinking lots of waters, taking some electrolytes to keep you like hydrated,
Right.
adding some salts to your water, and small things like that impacts a lot.
And
on your health.
definitely, I mean, you are a big sunscreen fan, I heard.
Yes.
You are like, you keep applying it.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's one thing. It's like my to-go. Even flight के ready होने से पहले, I make sure that जब मैं makeup या whatever I'm applying, my creams or anything, I have a layer of sunscreen that is applied below my makeup thing. And then during the flight, I keep doing my retouch
Right.
sunscreen के साथ. Maybe every 3 to 4 hours, I reapply my sunscreen. And even after landing, when I'm going back to hotel, have a nice shower and then do my sunscreen again, apply other creams and everything. Yeah.
So even men pilots are similarly aware and they also go through the regimen.
I see this now. During the past few years, I've seen a lot of changes. Even the men's are getting into the sunscreen and all this, applying creams and everything, and they are also very active. Before, I was not seeing so much of the men pilots or other
Yeah.
crew, getting so much. But now I see even in the cockpit, they are also taking some suggestions through me, like, oh, what sunscreen you're applying. This is the one
Right,
that I'm
right.
using, sort of thing.
Right. And what is the humidity like, right? Inside the
Very dry. It's very
What
dry.
is the percentage?
It's the same for you as well. Like, how do you feel when you travel? Like, when you're on longer flights, especially.
Oh, I have to carry my hand cream, my foot cream, and my face cream
Yeah.
because I feel very itchy and dry in my hands. So extremely, I mean, I get very uncomfortable. So I have to take
Yes.
out my hand cream and my foot cream, and sometimes if something is missing, I use the same for everything.
Yeah.
But I need to keep it moisturized
Keep it
because it's
moisturized.
very dry inside
It's
the craft.
very dry. Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, especially up in the air, the oxygen levels and everything. It just makes your skin feel so dry, and it's like screaming for that moisturizer's help. Yeah, and you
Yeah.
can feel it. Like,
Yes,
sometimes
it's
I just
cracking, that cracking
Yeah.
feeling. Yeah.
I always have a hand cream that I keep applying it also in the cockpit to keep it moisturized.
I think that's why they give you one moisturizer in a pouch also. I
Yes,
think
yes.
they understand that
They
it's
understand
how
that, just in
badly
case.
require it, right?
Yeah.
And how about your sleep patterns? Like,
So my sleep pattern is like all around the all around the place now. But
so how do you manage jet lags?
yeah, so that's what I was coming back to now. It's been almost 8 years flying this international routes and dealing with jet lag. So somehow my body has coped up to the dealing with jet lag effect. But I do feel tired after operating a flight. And I just try to take as much of rest I can, no matter what time of the day, even though, because you're taking off from Mumbai, maybe let's in the night, and when you land in New York, it's like bright 6 or 7 in the morning, like bright sunny day. But you have traveled so much, so it's
Right.
like your body is tired, it wants to sleep, but now you're in the environment, like in the place where it's a broad daylight.
Right, right.
So once I reach my hotel, I close all the curtains, everything,
And you try to sleep.
and just try to sleep.
Yeah, I think sleeping is also one very important thing to keep your skin,
Yes.
glowing and looking fresh.
Yes,
That's, I think,
that's
important
very
part.
true. Like,
Right.
if you're not able to sleep, and because initially when I started my flying, it was little difficult for me to cope up with jet lags, and sleep was something that I got deprived with, and then you end up having like dark circles and stuff like that. Then over the time, I learned, like, sleeping
Yeah.
is as important as any other thing.
Yeah, and we don't want a pilot who looks
Yes.
dehydrated with a dry skin,
Yes.
right? And how, I mean, if you compare with a male or a female pilot, are there more challenges for being a female pilot?
Well, in the initial time, it was always been looked up that way, like, because if you imagine like a pilot, the first figure comes in your mind is like a male pilot.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
the norm thing.
yeah.
But now, over the years, I've seen the scenarios have changed. You will see, like, most of the airlines and everywhere, you have so many female pilots, and things have changed now. It's no more a male dominated industry.
Absolutely.
It's
yeah,
like
yeah.
you will
Can
find
notice that.
almost equal to the
I think
males
we have
here.
largest number of
Yes, we do.
female pilots in the world.
Yes,
India.
we do. Yes.
And that's something to be so proud of.
So
to be
proud of.
honest, that's very interesting. How many female pilots do we have? I don't know the numbers.
No, but in my airline, must be more than like 1,000.
Oh,
Yeah,
Lord.
yeah, a lot of them, yeah.
Oh.
We have a larger fleet of aircraft as well. We have
Yes.
737, 320, 787, 777. So we have a lot of aircrafts. Now we are like, all airlines are merged into one airline. So like Vistara, AirAsia, all the Air India Express, Air India. So we are all like a part of one airline. So we're like a big home.
Yeah. It's a huge family.
Huge family.
Right? And I told you, I think before, that I'm a huge Air India fan.
Yeah.
And I've been flying Air India for a very long time. Though you keep getting a lot of criticism.
Things are changing on the better side.
Yeah.
It takes time, but we are improving.
Yeah.
Things are getting,
But always big supporters of Air India. I think it's
Yeah.
going to get better soon.
Yes.
Yeah. So Lakshmi, you're flying different time zones, and sometimes the weather is also so different, right?
Right.
London is so cold and Dubai is so hot.
Yes.
So how do you manage that? And Mumbai is like so
Super
humid
hot,
and hot, super
always.
hot right now.
Yeah, it's always there. Like for past 1 or 2 months, like there were minus degrees everywhere, like -5, -10, no matter if you're flying in Chicago or Toronto, Vancouver. So you're coming from such a freezing cold weather, and when you're coming back to Bombay, it's like 35, 38 degrees, like super
So
hot.
you are always giving shocks to your skin.
Yeah, so my body's always like trying to cope up with all the kinds of weather. Like when I've landed in New York, it just feels so dry, and because the weather is so cold. And when I again come back to Mumbai, then again it's so hot and humid weather here. So again you feel a lot of dehydration, you feel a lot of flakiness in your skin and everything. So both the things, my main goal and aim is to just keep myself hydrated depending on the weather, what kind of weather it is, and just coping my body's need is what I do.
So what kind of skin regimen do you follow?
I have certain kinds of nighttime routine, daytime routine that I follow, like few creams and few lotions which are essential for my skin, because I have a very dry skin, dry and super dry, and sensitive skin as well. So I'm very particular about the products that I use, because not all the products
So
suit
you
my
got
skin.
acne ever?
No,
you don't
no
have
acne.
prone skin.
Yeah,
Okay.
acne I feel is mostly people who have oily skin. So, but mine is like super dry. I don't have acne, but I just feel like very dry and flaky if I don't use creams or
So I think would suggest you to use more hyaluronic and ceramide.
hyaluronic and
ceramide based products,
niacinamide and
yeah.
things like that. So I use a lot of lotions and creams which has all those contents to keep it more plumped and nice looking.
So you do brand shopping whenever you are traveling?
Yes, I do. That's the best part, that you can, buy stuff.
Right, wonderful. So Lakshmi, do you believe in trends? Because kitne trends aate hain, jate hain, you do this, you get this kind of a facial done, you start eating this, you start applying this. So do you really follow trends?
Yeah, I mean, I try to keep myself up with all the
Updated.
trends, something new that has come, and what if it really works. So recently I started using oral supplements, for the sunscreen as well. And I am still not sure what is the exact effect of it, because I've just started using it. But it says it has a lot of vitamin C and other ingredients that will keep you hydrated and will protect you from sun rays. But saying that you can't just completely rely on those oral supplement is what I feel. You need to still apply the sunscreen on your face
Yeah.
to have like a double
They
protection.
claim that the absorption would be less.
Correct.
But I still doubt the
Yes.
claims, because sun rays directly hit the surface of your skin. So I
Exactly.
really wonder something internal, something which you are eating or like,
Yeah.
swallowing a tablet.
Correct.
I really wonder how it's going to help your
Yeah.
skin
Yeah.
per se, right? So it can keep it more hydrated or provide you more
Correct.
antioxidants or maybe prevent a bit of an aging, but I still doubt about the sun
Right.
part.
Yeah, so I'm also like not 100% sure that it's protecting me. So I always have the combination of both. Even though if I'm using the supplements, I apply my sunscreen.
And
too.
I'm just imagining you sitting in the cockpit with sun directly hitting your skin at 30,000 feet.
Right.
So just imagine how harsh the rays are.
Yes.
So I
it
think you
is-
need to apply a good thick layer of sunscreen to protect
Yes.
on your
it's-
hands and face, and reapply it after
Right.
I think every 4 hours, because you are in constant
Direct
connection,
contact with the
direct
rays,
contact with sun rays.
Yeah.
So I think you need extra care, definitely. And the
Yes.
the humidity is so low.
So low.
So low, yeah.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I do. It I make sure that I'm applying a lot of sunscreen, and as I mentioned earlier, like reapplying is the thing, like because it only has a certain strength, for how much long it's gonna work for. And for my kind of flights, it's like super long flights. I'm in the cockpit environment for like 16 hours, so it's not like once you apply it and then you forget about it. So the best part is, as you mentioned earlier, maybe every 4 hours or every 3.5 hours, just maybe reapply it again so that the effect again starts, and then you're fully covered from the sun's rays.
Right. So, Lakshmi, give us some quick tip for the passengers who are boarding the flight. What they
Uh,
should do to prep the skin.
to prep the skin, definitely. Whenever, even me as a passenger, if I'm traveling, I make sure I have good rest before the flight, because there can be a time when, even though you are tired, you're not able to sleep in the flight because of the noise. The seats are not comfortable, and there are many things that can affect. So also resting before the flight is advisable. Having nice hydration, your creams, everything. And another thing I would recommend is drinking lots of water during the
Right.
flight, and if
Right.
possible to avoid alcohol consumption, because that's just gonna make you feel more dehydrated. I mean, so if possible, if you can do that, then after landing you won't feel that much tired and
Yeah.
that much.
And I think it disturbs your sleep also if you take alcohol.
Yes, it
right?
does.
You,
It does.
You don't sleep so well.
You don't sleep so well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll have a quick fire round.
Sure.
Tell me one skincare you just can't do without. One skincare product.
I can't go about one skincare is my moisturizer, as I have very dry skin. So without that, I feel very, very strange. So
So
my
you have
moisturizer.
that crack feeling.
Not crack feeling, but sometimes when it's like super cold weathers in the countries where I fly, if I don't apply it for a longer time, I get those cracks. sort
And
of
do you
thing.
think reapplication of SPF is overrated or is just a cockpit essential?
No, definitely not. It is a mandate thing, what I feel, and I've been using it for so many years now, and I will continue this for the rest of the life, because I've actually felt the difference in my skin after the sunscreen.
So where you
application.
want to fly and grab all the skincare essentials?
Korea, maybe. Or India.
I'm not happy about that.
Okay, so what do you want to say?
Because I think we have some fabulous products in India.
India as well.
Right.
Yeah. So a lot of brands are coming up in India, and I've started using those brands as well. Actually, I have been using your sunscreen, which was recommended by one of my friends, and I'm liking it. Do you have like a spray stick or just the gel?
So we have a stick, transparent stick.
Huh.
We have actually very interesting. It's very interesting that we had launched colored sun sticks.
Wow.
First company in India to launch it. But I think people didn't get it because they think that the sunscreen shouldn't show on your skin.
What the heck?
Yeah, because
it's acting as your
yeah,
base
it's a barrier.
and
It's like a barrier,
yeah.
right? So we had three colors: blue, orange, and green. But then I think people are really comfortable with a transparent sunscreen. So we have stick, we have spray, we have body spray, we have serum, we have gel, we have cream. So
Okay, you have
quite
everything.
a huge
It's a wider
range in
thing.
sunscreen. Yes.
Yeah, so maybe I'll
Yes.
just stick with your sunscreen, like the gel one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
We'll
nice.
send you more. I think all of the sunscreen will send you across.
Yes.
Right.
We're always talking in the flight about the sunscreens. Honestly, like who's using which brand?
So Lakshmi, it was wonderful talking to you.
Likewise.
I think many women now would have understood that it's not so glamorous. It definitely is glamorous, right? Because you are a glamorous person, so it is, but not so glamorous. It has its own challenges.
Right.
And I think we all have to remember one thing: wherever we travel, we are taking our skin along. So we
Yes.
need to take care of it.
Yes, it goes a long way. I mean, if you take care of your skin now, it's just gonna go a long way. Like in the coming years, you will see the difference. And I'm also using your the gel sunscreen, and I am loving the product actually, and I'm gonna keep using that.
Thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for landing straight here.
Thank
it was
you.
it was pleasure talking to you.
Likewise, it was a great
Thank you
chat,
so
Shelly.
much.
Thank you.